it kind of helped them advance. I mean, do you think this was a conspiracy?
Gotta go with Jacob Butter. Gotta go lefty.
No, we're talking about the players. That's tournament champion into the podcast.
There he is, right there.
Oh, he doesn't even know how to watch. Go to youtube.com and search Down Lane Podcast. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Down Lane Podcast. We are streaming live from the lab at Town and Country Lanes. I'm your host, Kyle Haines, and with me is the assistant to the host, the man in the box, Anthony Scaccia. What's going on?
I'm back from the cardboard box.
What's going on, Kevin Poppleton? How is it going tonight?
Congratulations to Kevin Poppleton, Super Bowl participant 2023 this Monday night.
Be there.
Time to drill a new ball for that night, Kevin, because your ball backs up down lane, baby. You know what I'm saying? You need a new one.
So he made the Super Bowl, huh?
He made the Super Bowl, and so did T-Sauce. Shout out to T-Sauce.
Wow.
Guys lighting him up. Two-handed lefty. Two hands for power. That's what I all say. You know what I'm saying?
Reactive plastic.
Reactive plastic going down lane for him. Austin brought him in T-Sauce's new ball. The sauce. Because he needs that. So we're going to plug it up, and I think I'm just going to plug the finger or the thumb up because he's a two-handed lefty, so it'll be all right.
Yeah.
It'll work.
Yeah.
He's freaking, he
don't tell him. He won't know the difference.
It'll definitely still hit.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel. You can check out all of the social pages like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And don't forget, you can check out the Etsy shop where you can find those new shirts, just like Zach and Nick Harris have, which are
I'm ready for the Thang Bang.
To the Thang Bang. All right. So tonight we are going to be talking about the World Series of Bowling that is going on. They've already finalized a couple of the shows. They are working on another show right now. I'm
out there right now. I'm bowling.
We are going to be discussing our PBA player rankings, an update on that, since we're kind of like halfway through the season, right? In the PBA. I don't know why you're staring at me. And then I think we're going to break down.
What are you going to do next, Kyle? What are you going to do next?
I think we're going to break down what we've been doing and planning for the Open Championships. We are a measly 2 months away to going to Reno. So
we are planning.
Yeah.
/ practicing. Austin, how'd you practice last night? Boo you.
There were 15,
people.
20 total people
19.
there last night. Half of our field showed up last night. Half of the field, Austin. Where were you?
I got done with work at 7 and went right to sleep.
Here we go. What's up,
Your
Chad?
dad told me that you were gone yesterday and you took your car somewhere and he wasn't sure where you went. Or was that Tuesday?
That was like
Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, I just can't remember. All the days end in Y for me. So
Kevin wants to know what he should get since you
K-pop.
recommended a new ball.
Listen, brother, you got a hero solid right now. You could probably go with knockout somewhere around that line. New attitude pearl. I'm sure they'll have a new ball coming out in probably about July that will be very close to that ball that you have there. If not, Anthony can always find you a new one of those balls because that ball rolled really well for you.
Yeah, but he wants to know what he needs to get for the big time, the big show next week.
Well, do you need a ball for next week, Kevin? If you do,
wait, is the
Monday.
Super Bowl Monday or Wednesday?
Monday.
Okay.
If you need one of those balls, Kevin, I have one stashed away in the shop here.
All right.
Touchdown, Jesus.
All right, so let's get right into it. World Series of Bowling is going on. This has got to be the most grueling week.
You didn't ask me how my week was.
Oh my god, I skipped right over it.
I
You
don't
know
know.
why? Do you know why?
We weren't supposed to podcast this week.
No, it's not even that. It's because I don't have my normal sheet in front of me. I'm sheetless. Holy sheet. There's no sheet.
Well,
Anthony, how was your week this week?
It was pretty all right. I didn't bowl. I think we bowled the losers tournament Monday. I don't even know what I bowled. I just threw the ball down lane. Me and Maddie had a good time. Should probably live stream that one.
What'd you call that again?
Bowling.
No. What'd you bowl in Monday?
Losers bracket. Anyways, bowled the loser bracket did, who knows. And then Tuesday, oh my God.
Shout out to Wig. Whoa. What's up, Wig?
So
He shot me a message. I just want to real quick let the people know. Tuesday morning, I wake up, 6:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock, and I get a message from Wig. I got it done. Thanks for having faith in me. I said, what the heck?
Must have been Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning. And I said, what the heck is he talking about? So I said, I always have faith in you, Wig. Of course you got it done. Now, what the hell are you talking about?
So, do you even know what happened on Tuesday?
No. Tell me the story.
Wow. Do you know what happened, Austin?
No clue.
So, we're in the semifinals of the league playoffs. Now, we're bowling Wig, a.k.a. Get Wiggy with it. Or it's Guo time. So, I had made some remarks that we're not going to say on air because, me and Wig were trash talking.
Wow.
Yeah, it was serious.
Wow. It was game time.
So we went and we bowled in 7 and 8, and I shot 199 the first game. Terry shot like a 2-0. Wig shot whatever he shot. He won because it's handicap league.
Yeah, don't even bring handicap into this.
Well, no, I mean he won because I don't know what he shot, but his handicap exceeded our score.
Yeah.
And then Tony beat me. He shot like 226 with his handicap. So we were getting 0 because we just took the handicap away from us.
March Madness champion, or whatever we call that. The
Tournament Tony.
Invitational champion.
Yeah, and Christmas Eve champion Tony.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, guys on fire.
Wow. This year is his year.
Fire. So, well, technically that was last year. But anyways.
Season.
So we bowl game 1. We're down 9-0 because they win total. So there's 9 points game. Two for head-to-head, which so 4 total, and then 5 for total pins, which equals 9. So we lose 9-0 first game. Second game, I shoot like 240, beat Tony by like a few sticks. T-Ray shoots like a sub 2, and Wiggy shoots like, I don't even know. Both pretty good. So then he won his game. So we're down 14-2 going into the last game. We're down about 80, 90 sticks.
And you're down, and the points are 14-2?
Yeah, we're down 14-2.
Wow.
So we basically have...
We got match in hand right now.
Oh, unbelievable. So 14-2. I think it was like 70 pins we had to make up. So I looked at T-Ray, and T-Ray looked at me, and I was like, been there before, never say never. Which is my typical spiel every Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, we got to get lined up in 2 shots. So we get up there, and I start with the first strike. T-Ray leaves something, spares it, goes, balls change, strikes. Next thing you know, we're in like the 9th frame, and I had the front 7 spare strike. T-Ray had struck out to that point. Now at this point,
what was the walkout situation right now? Like how many lanes were you using after front 7?
I wasn't.
Come on.
I wasn't.
No title belts.
Oh, there were title belts. There were crotch rockets. There was a lot of things going on. Now at that point, Tony
all in good fun, I assume.
Oh, I had a blast bowl in those guys.
Right.
We were making fun of each other. It wasn't like too serious. It's just the league champ. I mean,
yeah.
There is a little bit of like bonus money, but like at that
Sure.
point, me and Terry we're already in the plus because we came in 3rd overall. So we get money for that. And then the playoffs are like a bonus. So wherever you lose in that round, you get like bonus money. So like we ended up like $600 or something, which is like plus 50 or whatever, which I plan on losing that money. So we get into the last game, and we bowl really well. We're getting into that final frame. Now T-Ray can strike out for 290, and Wig goes up and leaves like some sort of spare that he needs to make. Now mind you, Wig is lights out right now. He shot 195 scratch. He's averaging like 170. He's getting like,
and he's
50
a
pins.
160 bowler.
Yeah. So he shoots whatever he shoots, but Terry shoots 279. So Terry wins the head-to-head that game, loses total by 15, but I strike out whatever in the 10th for 277, and Tony shoots not a good number. So we end up winning total. I beat Tony, and we won that game 9-0. So we tied it up. So maybe it was 16-2 or something at the time, but we tied it up. Oh, no, it was 14-2. Wig won however it works. It was 18-18.
We don't need to know the point structure.
It ended up being 18-18.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the game, it was 18-18.
You needed a roll-off.
So we needed a roll-off. We proceeded to get beat by 120. Wig shot 215 scratch.
Completely blew.
It was a waste of time.
Your entire... I'll say it. You blew your load all in one shot.
There is the man, the
What's
legend,
up, Wig? Champion.
The guy shot 215 scratch And then Tony shot 250 scratch. So I shot 230, and T-Ray didn't shoot.
They
that
gave
good,
you the match just so you guys could completely waste all your energy in that game.
Yep.
And then they just
That's what it
walked
was.
all over you in the fourth.
Well, Wig
game.
shot 195 last game, and Wig.
That's a big game.
Now this is not stereotyping Wig. Dude's a math wizard, so he's literally telling me, he's like, I need this and this and this to win, and Terry needs to do this. And I'm like, Wig, how do you even?
It's not
know
even
where
that.
He just knows.
He's like that
He's a
sports
statistician.
genius guy where it's like you're playing cards against Wig, that's what he does. You're watching a football game with Wig, that's what he does. Like he's a planner and like you said, statistician. Like
he
you
knew
know what
exactly
it is.
what was going on. He's like, and he was telling Tony, all right, Tony, I need this one here, and then I need this, and then we're safe, and it'll at least be 18-18.
By the way,
frame 8.
By the way, this is why I don't play cards, because Wig's like, yeah, you need to get an ace on the river, or you need to get a 2 on the river. And I'm like, I think I got a pair of 3s, and he's like, no, you got a full house. And I'm like, no.
Wig's a genius.
Anyway,
hello, Bob Burgers. Oh, I don't know if my dad's at the desk.
No, clearly he is not.
Oh, he's not even moving.
So anyway, congratulations to Wig. He absolutely mashed Anthony and T-Ray on Tuesday night for the league championship. Congratulations. So yeah, Austin, how was your week this week?
Busy. I'm ready to go to sleep.
That's it? That's all you got for me?
I've not done any bowling besides Monday. We had I have one more week of Monday left.
Ant's back. He locked himself out of the office. Or out of the pro shop.
So it wasn't that bad. Work definitely picks up this time. So bowling kind of gets put on the back burner for a week or two. But
wait a minute. That was only the semis? I'm sorry, did I cut you off? Oh, so now they're going to the championship? Oh my God. I thought that was it. I thought that was over.
No, it was a match though. I mean, everybody was watching us, and it was like people were like, "Whoa, wait, we're such a sandbagger." It's like our team name is Sandbagging is Fun. How could I not? But it was Tony and Wig. I told Wig I was taking him back to Nagasaki.
Take it easy.
I did. That's what I told him. And then he laughed at me and said, I'll let my bowling do the talking.
And he did.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah, he crushed us. Wig, you've been bowling good. I wish you the best luck championship
Congrats.
match.
Good luck.
I am going to be rooting
Wig.
for you. And when Chris Smith comes up, I will have a defense sign.
All right. So Austin said that he's falling asleep and doing absolutely nothing. I
Right
asked him
now?
how his week was.
Right now, like in
No,
practice
like
room?
he's not bowling at all.
Yeah, you got to be practicing on a Wednesday, dude.
Come on.
It's Natty's time. We got to
Dude,
get ready.
We got like
you got to defend your 60th
we got like 7
place.
weeks to go.
You got to defend your.
That is not small against
That's what she said.
50,000 people. Yeah, I got it.
I will say that I did look. Now, I know we haven't really. Might not be a planned topic, but the other day I did stumble across the actual participation numbers for the Nationals over, I think like Lifetime or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we've always talked about how it's kind of dwindled. I will say it really hasn't dwindled. I think it's an interesting thing. I don't know. Have you ever looked at it closely?
Yeah, we didn't say that it's
It exploded like in the 80s.
Yes.
And then when bowling was kind of okay in the 90s, it kind of dwindled off, and then it kind of went back up again, and now we're kind of sitting at 9,000. It was always around 8,000 teams.
Yeah,
so
I
we're
think
still
what we
higher
talked
than
about
we used to be.
a lot. What we talked about was how like when it comes to the East Coast, no one goes. No one from the West Coast really makes the big travel.
Yeah, because
it drops down to like 7,000 teams.
They're the new school. They don't want to travel.
Yeah.
You know.
So I had my own story about last
Aren't
week.
we technically new school too?
Yeah, but we travel. So last week on Thursday, it was our last night.
I already locked the league up, so I bowled backwards.
So Art Hoffman says to me, we're bowling our buddies Kyle and Jacob, and
good guys.
Yep, and he says to me, "You got to sweep these guys tonight." I said, "All right, no problem."
Light work.
So
where's Anita?
Stephanie and I, we game by game. We just it's only total.
Is that how that works? Game by game?
Just shut your mouth. There's no head to head on Thursday nights, but She was on fire. I bowled okay. Jacob struggled a little bit. I'm not going to throw him under the bus too bad, but he struggled a little bit.
2 balls today, so he'll be ready.
Oh, is that how it happened?
Yeah, the other balls were old. They were no good.
So, but yeah, Artie Hoffman said, you take care of these boys tonight. So we did. We took 5, and we swept them. We jumped all 4 teams or 3 teams ahead of us. So we went from like 10th to 6th, which was pretty exciting for me.
My team stayed in first.
That's fine.
I locked up 5th. We had to
Great.
win one game Thursday, and we did it.
It was a strike fest when you showed me the picture last week.
What picture?
You sent us a picture, dude. There was just a boatload of strikes.
And Nick absolutely steamrolled us.
Oh, really?
Oh.
So they locked
Me
up
and Richie
5th?
still bowled pretty good. No. They locked up 4th.
Yeah. I mean, they locked up 5th for you.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, yeah. We only had to win 1.
All right.
So I didn't stress that much.
Yeah, I mean, Thursday was good. I don't even know what I did. I just bowled and.
I don't think we could have caught 4th. I don't think we could have caught Mark and Nick, even if we swept them.
All right. So let's talk about the World Series of bowling. They are bowling on Shack. The Shack.
Well, today is a shark.
I know right now. Greg Norman. The Shack. You know who Greg Norman is?
Nope. Austin, do you know who Greg Norman is?
Nope.
Children in this room. Children.
You decided to bring us
I
on.
bet you Wig knows who Greg Norman is.
Greg, do you know who Greg Norman is?
Greg?
Wig.
Anyway, so
Can we paint the picture and start from the
this
beginning?
is what I was just about to do.
Paint
that.
it like Bob Ross would.
Okay.
Do you know who Bob Ross is?
There's a beautiful little tree right over here. All right. So this week they've got Scorpion, Shark, Cheetah, then PBA versus the World, and then the Players Championship, all in 1 week. And then so the Players Championship is a major. PBA versus the World, excuse me.
The World Championship.
The
The PBA versus the World. The
USA
versus
versus the World, excuse me. Those are just select teams.
Who won in the house?
So interesting story there. Did you watch it on YouTube or no?
I watched as much as I could, and then I wasn't able to finish it because I had to do work.
First of all, Holler House is unfreaking believable.
Yeah, it's cool looking.
A couple of notes on that. First, we'll back up. You asked who won. Okay, so they're
I
practicing.
watched a lot of it, and they didn't strike, and then all of a sudden they struck.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about. So they bug sprayed the lanes, right?
Yes.
He's got a lino duster. He stripped it with
Saw that.
he's got a spray bottle to strip it. He's got a lino duster.
Felt bad. It looked like that guy did not walk very well.
Yeah, and well, he was also walking in the gutters, which was interesting. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that was-
so he hand sprayed the lanes. I'm watching him in practice, and I think Belmo was playing mind games with Tommy Jones because he couldn't hit the head pin, and when he did hit the head pin, it was on the left side. So the whole time he didn't get more than 5 or 6 pins in practice. Then all of a sudden he comes out of the gate with a front 4.
Yeah, but so did Tommy Jones.
Yeah, my point is, it looked like Tommy was like trying to strike, and then all of a sudden Belmo just like bam, 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 bam.
I thought
bam.
Belmo got lucky more than anything. Did I say Bammo? Belmo got lucky.
I don't know. It looked like to me he was in the pocket. Like it
Didn't he cross over on the 4th one? He crossed over on like the 3rd and 4th one, or the 4th one.
I don't know.
On the right lane, because the right lane was hooking way
it was
more
hard
than the
to
left
see
lane.
on the kind of not HD cameras that they have, but
Really, I thought it was a pretty good show.
I was watching
you
on my
watch it on your
phone.
phone?
Yeah.
I watched it on the TV in the bar.
Okay.
Hey,
Well, I
you
didn't.
can turn that resolution up on your phone.
I will say that
Yeah,
Chris
but it's
Barnes
still
did do a good job.
this. Listen. Okay, so that was my next point. Chris Barnes on that show
He's
was
good.
absolutely awesome,
He's a legend.
and he should be on the telecast. And I know that he bowls every week, but anytime that he's not on the show bowling, he should be on the telecast. Get him on the desk every week because he would make the show 10 times better.
I feel as if he is kind of like a good blend or a bridge to normal people at home, because
Yeah.
he kind of has a good sense of humor,
Yep.
and he can relate.
Yep.
And then he's also got his own little podcasting too,
Mm-hmm.
so he's used to being in like on the mic and all that setting and whatever. It might be a little different, of course, but then he's also has the knowledge to back it up. He's not just he knows all the bowling balls that are out there, So
Who is better, Chris Barnes or Greg Norman? God, I don't know either of their total stats. Man, who is
Greg Norman?
one of like a great golfer. Like he's got championships. He wore the straw hat. He's the shark. That's why I said Greg Norman, because he's the shark. Anyway.
Okay. I mean,
and actually currently his current role is he is the person running Live Golf.
Oh, I seen that guy.
Running what?
Live Golf.
The Saudi Arabian tour.
Yeah.
Where they make lots and lots of money.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Didn't they offer Tiger Woods a ridiculous
like
amount
$2
of money?
billion or something weird like that?
He's a purist. Anyway, stop talking about golf.
Very good. Bridges the gap.
Yeah.
Has knowledge to boot. Boom.
So let me segue real quick into the TV show then, and then we'll get into World Series bowling. The TV show has gotten out of hand. It's absolutely horrible.
So you're not a fan of the Randy and John experience?
Randy and who?
I don't know the other guy's name.
I'm blanking now too. Hambone guy.
Hambone.
Yeah. So
whatever his name is.
Yeah. I used to like him. I thought he was a fresh face. I thought he was funny and exciting. And I thought he was caring about kind of amping up the game. Why am I not remembering his name?
Steely?
No.
Jimmy?
No.
Bob?
One of our guys will tell us. Come on, guys, help me out here. Anyway, the last couple of shows, they've just been sitting there joking around with one another and not even, or at least barely paying attention. You know what I mean? There was an incident a couple of weeks ago where on the show, and I think he started out with urethane, and he makes a comment on air. He says, "I'm not sure if Kyle practiced with resin. I didn't see it." Like, what are you doing, Randy? You're supposed to freaking like maybe watch the guys to get some information. Somebody should be watching them, right? Like
the fans were.
Yeah, but he's the one trying to relay us information about what's happening on TV. Perhaps he should do some investigation as to what they're doing in practice to know whether or not he's throwing resin instead of just making guesses.
You think it's just a paycheck for them?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Of course, he just shows up on Sunday. Listen, okay. We bowled the Masters 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
How many people did you see there during the week getting information for the TV show?
One.
At what point?
Well, the Kimberly girl walked in.
Yeah, at what point?
I think it was squad 630, and that was it.
The last squad of the event.
No,
or of qualifying, excuse me. Last squad of qualifying.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, not for us. It was a Tuesday. It was Tuesday because we were watching.
Thank you, Steve. Rob Stone, and then the other guy is Dave Ryan. But Rob Stone is who I'm talking about. That's Rob Stone is the guy that I believe, like, I thought at when he first showed up, he was going to be like exciting and fun, and he was, and he still kind of is. But now him and Randy just sit there and joke and BS the whole time. It's just not interesting to watch. Anyway, so yes, Kimberly Pressler shows up for the last squad on
But
Tuesday
is she
or Wednesday.
really the person asking the questions? Like,
no, so yeah, pressing questions with Kimberly Pressler. Like,
I was just I didn't even mean it like that. I meant,
I
do you
do.
think she's the one who should be going down and be like, "Hey, Austin, what are you doing?"
No, I think, you know what I think? I think they should hire, 2 new hires for the TV show. Chris Barnes should be on the desk, and Carolyn Doran Ballard should be the lane side, or vice versa. I don't care. Put one of them at the desk and one of them on the lane side. One of them should be the lane, or yeah, but she's bowling. She's still bowling.
Last time I checked, the PWA hasn't bowled yet.
They do in 20 days.
Oh, so the PBA tour will be over. That's weird.
No, they bowl all summer this year.
Oh, there's a summer swing?
They bowl through August.
Huh. Austin, we're hitting a summer swing.
Anyway, so Carolyn Doran Ballard should be on the Fox show lane side, and they should throw it to her every once in a while to find out what did they do during practice, what's going on with the conversation between the bowler and his rep. Maybe get us some inside information, because at a football game or a basketball game or whatever game they've got, or golf even, they've got the sideline reporters gathering all of this intel, all of this information to give us a better viewing experience and to give us more information.
I agree with your thought process, but I think your thought process is incorrect.
Why?
Well, I don't think Carolyn Dorn Ballard, like maybe that'll work. Maybe, sure. I'm not saying that those two are bad. My idea would be is listen, these guys are on the tour for a reason. So, I mean, if we're going to be paying anybody, why don't they pay guys who didn't make it to maybe come on? Because then, one, you got firsthand experience. Two, you can see exactly what they're throwing. And three, you're getting exact ball rep talk.
I'll tell you why.
And that'll be able to really, like, I can be like, oh, Austin, what did Jimmy tell you to do? You know, when we were on this 5 and 6, this is what this pair looked like. You know, we drilled X, Y, and Z. What did you drill? It'll be easy for that guy to relay information because it's fresh in his mind.
Yeah, but I'll tell you why.
But I guess they're not watching.
Because you need a reporter that's going to be able to gather the information throughout the week, too.
So what about the people who are staffed by the PBA that are media relations? Why aren't they doing that and setting up an outline for these people?
I can't tell you why they're not doing that.
I mean, not like I know anything about this. I'm just saying.
I'm just going by.
Would you rather watch Carolyn Dorn Ballard or whatever, or let's say Belmo didn't watch the show? Would you rather watch Belmo on there talking about it?
Honestly,
Belmo's sick.
Honestly, I don't care who it is.
Okay.
Someone needs to
Rob
be
Stone.
No, a bowler.
Oh, Randy Peterson.
Somebody needs to be there, sideline and at the desk. There needs to be a desk person with the color commentator, and I forget the two positions that there are. But there needs to be the knowledgeable guy and then the TV guy,
black and white.
Yeah, and then there needs to be the sideline reporter that's giving you the intel, right, and giving you the
extras.
Yeah, they throw it to that person, you know, when you're trying to get some more information.
So then my point then would be, I guess a guy who just came off of the not making the show, they get paid to come on the show as a whatever, not like a media guy where they go and ask questions, but they're on the desk or whatever you want to call it, because they can talk about the lanes and how they broke down and what happened and what each player might be trying to do, and then you can get somebody who's more professional for the sideline, because they'd have to do a little bit more digging, but who's also familiar with it.
But the issue that I see with your way of going about it is, with the way TV works, at least from my understanding, contracts. You got to have a contract. So they got it. You know, they're not going to be able to just pluck people every week. Like Fox is going to be like, here's your contract for this season. Like that's how it works. They got to have a contract. So,
okay, even better. Each player gets paid.
So
well, seriously, how much are these knuckleheads, as you would call them? I don't even know, because
who are the knuckleheads?
Whoever you're
Randy
talking
and Rob?
about. Yeah, whatever. Double R's. I'm not saying they're knuckleheads, but like, who would you rather pay them X amount, or would you rather maybe like let's say they're getting $50,000 a year?
Yeah.
Does that
way
sound
more than that? It's got to be more than that.
Okay, and in this elitist field, there's 60 players.
Yeah. So
you're telling me you can't give each guy maybe a couple thousand if they go on to it?
Right. Give them the option.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, hey guys,
Maybe.
here's does anybody interested? And then they're all gonna be like, oh, a couple thousand.
I mean,
like, you know that if
someone had to get paid. You know
oh
what
yeah.
I mean?
If you think about it, Sherman or Brad Miller would probably, because of their YouTube personas, they would be
big time.
They would be like tier, like them and Belmo. I even put them in the Belmo category because they have that YouTube page. But like, they would be tier 1, where they might get 5,000 a show, and then there's like other guys, like let's say, I don't know who's kind of not really super well known, but we would know who it is. Anybody? No. Okay, let's. No, AJ would be like he would be like, for me,
super well known, but don't know who it is. Is that what you just said?
Not super well known. Like, let's say Santu goes on. He's kind of known, but he'd be like, I guess like he would be like 1,000 a show. AJ Johnson would be 3,000 a show. Like they could tier it off to be like
I guess.
the more profile you have, the more you make. So then you could also kind of offset your expenses while you're out there too.
Mhm.
So not only are they now getting legitimate info,
That would bring extra. What's the word I'm looking for?
work that they don't want to do.
It would breed negativity in the work environment because
Could potentially.
Yeah, but if the PBA gets to pick who it is, then I mean, you can't say.
You got to remember the good players are going to make more money anyways. So
they're more than likely going to be on the show.
Ideally, it would be somebody separated from. I mean, you don't have this from. You don't see that from any other sport where somebody that didn't make it is giving you the broadcast.
Yeah, because normally if you don't make it, you're still on a team playing.
Well, Duke's done it.
Well, I mean, in individual sports either.
Tennis, yeah, but I mean, don't you think that could create a different flair?
It could. You're absolutely right.
Like, wouldn't you want to know? Well, first of all, there's no other sport that is even relatively close to bowling, with the lane conditions and bowling balls and this and that, and what you drilled and your ball rep and this and that. So you can't
it helps, and that's why I'm begging for this position, because you need that person that's actually explaining
what's going on.
Because Randy's sitting at the desk, even though he's saying, oh, look at the numbers on the screen or this or that, having somebody that just told you, okay, the ball rep just told so-and-so to do this, or he just switched from his purple to his
but see, that's
whatever.
the other thing is they don't even know the bowling balls unless they're Storm.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's the
but
other
having
thing.
somebody down there on the pair,
like they
that can literally see it.
They get ball charts, what their most hooking ball is, so they can put a stat there. He's like, oh, he's thrown a, I don't know what that is. Buddy, they've got 5 balls on the chart here. Take a gander at the label and see what it is. Or look at your phone and research it.
Yeah.
Like you could literally go here and go to Brunswick.com and see what they're, oh, that's what that looks like. Oh yeah, it's a mindset. Oh, that's his biggest hook and ball. Like I don't understand that. Now listen, I don't watch it a lot because the
TV shows aren't. Yeah,
it's okay. Don't get me wrong. They're nice to have on while we have bowling here and stuff like that. But if I'm at home, usually I'm doing something different because I got something else going on. Actually, I have tuned in quite a bit more often. But when you hear them say they don't even know what bowling balls they're throwing, it bothers me a little bit. And
if you want to keep the Kimberly Pressler pressing questions, that's fine. But I would rather see somebody with knowledge of the game that can give me some information from the quote unquote sidelines. And then ask some real questions of these guys instead of the same 3 boilerplate questions that she asks every week.
What does boilerplate mean?
How you feeling this week?
Feeling pretty good, actually.
Hey, guy that's never been on the show before. You nervous?
No.
Like, yeah, I'm effing nervous. It's my first time on TV. Like, are you kidding me? What kind of question is that?
I mean, listen. I mean, the folks want to hear it. I mean, maybe
give
they
me a break.
I mean, you
ask some real freaking questions.
So, do you think that? So, if you rated the TV show on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
3 or 4.
Wow, that's pretty low.
You can tell me it's low. I'm just telling you how I feel.
Do you around 6 right? Because I look at it from the viewpoint of not a bowler.
Yeah, okay, from not a bowler, but
not a viewpoint of not a bowler.
I'll tell you,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't care about the RG.
That's also true, and I'll tell you what my point of view is. My point of view is I'm looking at baseball, basketball, football. I'm looking at all of the other sports where they give you. I'm not even just talking about RG and all this other stuff. I'm just saying they give you the information, and it's not just like Randy and Rob like making jokes about names of bowling balls. That's my favorite one. Hey, Rob, you know what the name of this one is? Like, it's just that's literally what they sit there and do. It's horrible.
Also tough to commentate while they're bowling because you don't have long in between shots to get like a paragraph of a statistic out.
I don't think you're looking for
that's true. But they can keep it moving. But that's another thing too.
But what statistics would you be looking for in bowling?
I don't know.
He missed right on that one.
Oh, that's good to know.
They literally have an ideal target line on there. It doesn't take a rocket scientist.
That's all good stuff to have.
Okay, he missed a little to the right on that one. The ball didn't read the lane. It didn't hook.
That's actually a good question. What would you like then to talk about in that aspect?
I think Kyle just looks for more backdrop. He wants to know more technical to try to keep the person related to it
and interested when they're sitting there. When they're sitting there at the desk, BSing, it's not good television. When instead of that, if they threw to somebody like CDB and she was telling us what's going through, maybe not what's going through their head, but like if she's like, okay, I just heard Belmo talk to the rep and he's seeing the lanes doing this and his ball reaction's doing this. He's contemplating switching to this or this.
You don't think Belmo reps the ball rep?
They do.
This is just my point
They have done that.
No, but they don't because
every
Randy's
time.
at the desk and they're like, it looks like he's talking to his ball rep. Like they don't know what's going on. My
But
point
do you
is,
know
having
what's going
somebody-
on in a locker room of a football game?
They cut to
No,
Kimberly Kressler
But why
every
not
once in a
have
while
that
with
advantage down
information.
there on the lanes if they can have it?
I'm just saying, like, you don't go into the locker room and see, oh, this team's going to try and change their blocking scheme so that way they can get to the second level faster.
Blocking schemes.
Well, for football.
Yeah.
But they're going to change their route combinations, or defense is going to change their coverage from man to zone. Like, they don't tell you that because that's not what they want you to hear. Like, if I'm bowling you and you're on a separate team or brand, and then the ball rep tells me, hey, that left lane, we've charted it. That left lane is way tighter down lane, blah, 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 blah. We need to keep a ball like this. Well, you don't want my opponent to hear that if you're throwing the wrong ball.
Yeah, but
So
he's
then-
not watching the TV show.
Yeah, but what if somebody is?
The reps could be.
Yeah, what if somebody's like text the ball rep, says, hey, that
Okay.
left lane is...
Have you seen where the ball reps stand?
No.
They all stand in the same exact spot next to one another. So they all know what's going on. All like the Storm guy, the Brunswick guy, the Motive guy, they are within 3 feet of each other off to the side of the lanes. So they're all talking to their guys in the same exact spot. All I'm saying is that the reporter can just be standing right there and whispering into the microphone. It looks like Belmo is going to be switching to his high road, which I don't think he ever uses. It looks like maybe this lane is starting to break down a little bit. He just talked to his ball rep. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm getting at.
Sure. I mean, maybe. I mean, I guess.
I look at it from the viewpoint of they have to make it entertaining. So I think they're sacrificing that more, they're sacrificing the content that we would like to see to try to get the people that don't understand bowling involved.
What I can tell you is not entertaining are inside jokes. And when you have Rob and Randy doing inside jokes is not.
Do you think
not
that
good.
the trying to keep entertaining is on the announcers or the players?
The players definitely,
the players do what they do. You can't control the players.
Yeah.
That's my point. So I get that. So my thing is like, if you're watching football, are you watching football to be entertained by the announcers? No, I don't care what the announcers. I could watch it on mute. To be honest with you,
You might be able to, but
I've heard that with his baseball.
sure.
But
Okay,
I think,
maybe.
you do want to know all that information, though.
Sure, I'm not saying that I would listen to it on mute. I'm just
Right.
saying that I don't tune in. Like if I go watch football, which I don't anymore, really, I don't really watch any sports. But because it makes me want to play them. But if I'm watching a Pittsburgh Steelers game, okay, I'm not saying, oh, where's Greg Olson today on Fox? Where's Tom Brady? I want to watch. I don't care about who is announcing. Like some guys are like, oh, this John Buck guy stinks on MLB.
Oh, everybody hates Joe Buck. I don't know why, but
John,
they do.
whatever the
Yeah,
his name is.
Joe Buck.
Yeah, it's terrible. I don't even know. But that's my thing. No, they all say that, but they still tune into the game, right?
I guess, yeah.
So the announcers are completely irrelevant in terms of entertainment value, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the players, now the thing with the PBA is it's so like
Also,
blah.
everything they do
Yeah.
is on a whim too.
I'm
Like,
sure.
they could talk to their ball rep about doing something, and the second they get up there, I'm not going to do it.
That's okay. That's still good storylines.
I feel as if you're in match play 1-on-1, and obviously they're the entertainment factor.
Yeah.
Bowlers are.
The
Yeah.
bowlers are the focal point.
Which is another reason why they shouldn't be joking around. And
okay.
you know what I mean? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
sure.
Go ahead.
I was just saying that
Detracting from the show.
like there's no Yankees Red Sox rivalry. There's no Ohio State Michigan. There's nothing like that. There's no bad blood.
In bowling, I'm gonna say I wasn't sure where you were going with that because I'm like, what do you mean? There's no Red Sox Yankees rivalry
or the
in
Mets,
bowling?
Yankees. There's nothing to where I'm like, these guys hate each other. I cannot wait to see what comes out of these guys' mouths.
Right.
I can't wait for Pete Weber.
Yeah.
No matter if you loved him or if you hated him, you tuned in because Pete Weber was on the show. There's nobody like that.
Right.
I mean, Troop, is cool. No, Belmo doesn't do it for me. Like if he's on the show so often.
Back in the day when Sean Rash and Belmo
had the bottle,
thing,
that was
cool. Fun.
Yeah. Yeah, but like
that lasted for 5 minutes.
They're all like in a sense like they're close. They're all friends because it's an elitist field, right? There's nobody else, so you can't have those rivalries. You can't have that fire where it's like, man, there might be a show this week. Like there might be something that goes down. Like they're not gonna fight, but there might be like yelling and screaming and a little bit more showboaty or animation.
Yeah,
it's throw the ball. Turn around,
I think that also
like,
comes into play with they're trying to get the shows to be faster.
I don't know if they're doing
less
that.
TV time,
sure, maybe whatever.
Less money.
But I'm sure that they'd get fined for that too. Like they obviously get fined for all that stuff. And I'm not saying that they need to do it in like qualifying, but when TV comes on, it's literally 1v1.
Yeah,
there should be, besides cussing and swearing and kicking, and like there should be some sort. Like actually, you know what? I don't even mind if they hit something because, holy crap, I've seen golfers throw their clubs.
Yeah,
I'm not saying break anything, but just give me something to hold on to.
Something
like.
Else.
I'll be honest. I don't like to watch AJ Johnson bowl on TV because I think he's just kind of like he just acts like he's so
cocky.
tough. He's cocky. But you meet him out there, he's a super cool guy. But at least he's got something going for him. Like Troop seems like he's happy-go-lucky, having fun. So for me, I'd rather see authenticity out of these guys instead of like robots.
Right.
Like I want to see you be frustrated. I want to see you kick a ball.
You can see me be frustrated. That's every freaking week.
You know. It's just a little different, but that's where the entertainment
I move
comes
chairs.
from.
I don't throw them.
That's where entertainment comes from. So
speaking of which, I know we've completely
gone off kilter,
gone off the rails on this topic of World Series of bowling. But
okay, we got 20 minutes to cover World Series.
So, but real quick, that's another topic that I wanted to bring up about bringing up storylines, and this is a way to do it. Is during the week, while after every squad, the PBA should have a small media room where you could have the local paper there, the PBA media people, and after each squad, they have a little poster behind
basically
a microphone, and you do just like every other sport does. You have a press conference, and not a press conference like there's 50 people in the room, but it's just like the squad leader comes in and you say, hey,
squad leader and the low guy.
Yeah. Or squad leader, whoever the press people want to talk to that week because they've got a big story going on.
Sean Rush's back is injured.
Yeah, whatever.
How you feel?
Exactly.
What's going on?
So ask these guys questions, and then you can bring up storylines during the show. So you can just happen to have them pop up, and then there's also social media things that will pop up out of that. You see this all of the time in every other sport, but never with bowling because it's just not there. It's just not an opportunity that comes up because we don't do it. And just think of what could happen. You got anybody, AJ Johnson will say, is sitting there at the desk and somebody just asks a question that pisses him off. You know what I mean? And like it or don't, but this is how you get people to see things, and he gives some snarky answer he gets pissed off.
Right, but like we said, at least he has authenticity. Like
exactly.
That's who he's very passionate about it. He gives you a little bit
of Simo. So you get Simo in that room.
No, Jesus, mother.
And you say, hey, how was that 2-pin on 13?
Give me that 2-pin on 13. I'll go fix it right now.
If this was my place.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I mean, yeah, well, at least you get a little bit of authenticity from Simo.
Yeah.
Even though it's kind of like, he's whatever. He gets a little bit grumpy.
Yeah.
But AJ Johnson has his own authenticity. But it's like there's no substance for me. They're all the same. Like if you had a guy who's just on the show, fresh off the show, doesn't really bowl.
It's all go, no show.
I don't know. I think it would just be a little bit different.
Yeah.
I just would like a little bit more.
We need
flair.
Pete Weber back. We need a Pete Weber back.
Yeah, no matter how much they hated him. I mean,
I gotta be honest. I think if there was more you'd start to see that.
More players,
more tournaments, more time.
Yeah.
Because you'd see more match play, you'd see more matches one-on-one.
of course, it's a
against certain
short
people.
duration.
And,
Yeah.
and you would start to get into that, because now it's like, oh, instead of like, oh, we have so and so many majors, so it is what it is.
Sure.
It would make the competition,
I guess you're right.
more vulnerable to anger.
I think we need to live bowling.
Live bowling. All right. We stuck a fork in that one. Sorry, guys. We got totally off the rails. It's only been 45 minutes. So
let's ask them if they care.
No, I think,
don't forget. Yeah, I know. Don't forget
people,
to.
People are on right
I
now.
know.
They're watching.
They're loving it.
They should be.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the
Segues
bell
podcast.
to get alerts from the channel. Hit the Etsy shop and check out some apparel. And don't forget to head to Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all those places and hit those likes and follows and all that stuff. Real quick, World Series of Bowling. What is going on there? Anybody know?
It's the World Series of Bowling.
It's got to be the toughest week in bowling, right?
It is, what is it, 20 games on each pattern?
Yep.
2 days, 5 and 5, 5 in the morning, 5 in the afternoon. Next day, 5 in the morning, 5 in the afternoon. I believe they changed the formats. Remember last year they did a ton of match play. You remember that? They did a ton of match play. They took the match play out this week, or not this week, but for this event, they don't have the match play anymore. I think it's the top 20 get paid. If I'm right, it's like the top 20. And then I believe, am I right, the top 4 or 5 go to a step ladder final. Am I correct, Austin?
Top 5.
This year's top 5, yeah.
Yeah. So they did switch the format up a little bit. What do you think about that? Let's start with that there. What do you think, Kyle? Because we know that you're all outspoken here. You'll tell us.
Well, I am, like I said, I think I'm indifferent about it just because I think it's just absolutely a lot of bowling. Like we were talking with Stu last week, it is interesting how if you don't make it to the Players Championship, like you get out early so you can go home or whatever. But if you make it, but only for like the first round, then you have to like stay for 3 days and then, or not just for the first round, but like
the match play round or whatever, or the TV round.
Yeah, it's just kind of
because you don't bowl for like another. You still have to do like if you made Cheetah, you're staying for the whole week, but now you got to bowl for the other ones. Then you get like another 3 days off because then you're doing something else or something like that.
Yeah, it's just a little weird how they do the TV thing.
I mean, I'm about it though. I think this is the best format that they've had.
It would be nice if I understand how the
20 games is nothing.
I understand how the TV thing works and how money works and all that stuff. It would be so cool if they could just televise this week and just spend all of their money on the week and just like.
I gotta be honest, the Bowl TV broadcasts have been pretty good. They've had a lot of people in the talk.
They're able to chat quite a bit. I think this is the right way to do it, though. I think the 20
not as good as that YouTube broadcast at the Holler House. That Holler House broadcast was freaking awesome.
But I think it's the right format. I like the 20 games. I think 20 games is nothing. Because five each block is pretty
for a
light.
whole tournament, for a whole championship.
Shoot, man, you're only bowling. I mean, I don't think that's that bad. I mean, if you're a professional, I would assume that it is quite a few games. Yeah, of course, but it's like any other sport. You got to be conditioned and well endurance and to be able to play. I'm sure I could probably do that at that level. It might get draining mentally, but that's what you're there to do. So I know some people are saying, "Oh, it's a lot of games." Really? Like, come on. It's really not. In my opinion, it's not. It's 5 in the morning, 5 in the afternoon.
It's 10 games a day.
Not to mention, if you're
it's just mentally.
If your fit is good, you
shouldn't have any issues. Yeah, I know a few people withdrew because of injuries. A few guys withdrew because of they've got cuts on their hand and stuff. Now it is what it is, and it's bowling. But back in the day, if you ever looked at Mark Roth's hand, it was. Come on now, people. That guy, 20 games of that guy is like 5 to people now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know it's a little bit of a different time.
He freaking cranked on it.
Yeah, I just think that 20 is not. I think 20 per event is enough because it gives each guy. You've got a few games not a few. You've got some games where you can have some errors. You know what I mean? If you're doing like a 10 game block and then you cut to the top, whatever, and then you're doing match play, it's almost a sprint at that point. You know what I mean? At least you're getting some different looks, different re-oilings. Maybe do a burn. I don't know. I mean, make it different. I don't know. Maybe do different squads instead, so the pace can be faster, and then add a burn squad in, so you get a fresh burn fresh, or fresh burn, and then the other guys you would flip it. You know what I mean? So that would be interesting, because you'd obviously have to change some patterns around for that, or make specific ones for that event. But that would be a lot more interesting in the World Series of Bowling than 5 straight days of the same thing. I mean, they bowl in these patterns so often. Why not give them a fresh look and make things even a little bit more challenging too? Really make them focus up.
Yeah. I mean,
what do I know though? I'm just sitting here and
I think the problem with the burn, with the way that they do it, is no reverse, right? So those lanes get pretty torched up.
The difference. Right? If you run 2 squads, and you've got, so Stu said there's 5 prepare. Okay.
At the World Series too?
Yeah.
Isn't there only 4 on PBA events?
No, he said there was 5. And then he went like this at this one, and then he went like this. Remember he did that right at the end? So I remember that. But what I'm saying is, if you have, let's just say you're able to do 3 prepare or 4 prepare or whatever it might be, and then you have you're taking a game off of each lane. So essentially, it's really no different than bowling the whole thing.
Stu had a 290.
Am I right?
Last game.
Ooh, good for him. Good for him. He's been throwing the pellet nice. You know what I'm saying though? Like if there's 200 total games bowled, and you cut the field down so the first half get 100 and the second half get the other 100, and then the next day you re-oil for the first shift, and then it's 100 and 100 again, it still equals the same amount of games, and then each guy gets a fresh. The lanes don't get beat up as bad, so transition isn't as bad, and then the guys who are on the burn have to figure out how to play the burn. Makes it squad and equity. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to ask that, because are they even doing?
Everybody's squad A. There's
right.
no different
There's no
squads.
separate squads.
So
it must be a big house, right?
I'm throwing an idea in there to change it
in order to give them a burn, but then they have to separate squads.
God forbid.
Or they just leave the lanes, and then, or they don't re-oil for the second squad that day.
Right. You oil for the first squad. The second squad comes in like the Masters and just goes in both.
Right.
I mean,
second shift, not squads, because they're all in the same squad.
Belmo.
No.
235 first game of the squad.
I would say you would have 2 separate squads. You would have an A and a B squad. So if you had 100 players, it'd be 50 and 50.
Okay, right. But I think that because of timing, I think they don't want to. I think they're trying to. If the house is big enough, and I think that they're trying to get everybody done as fast as possible. That's why they're trying to bowl all 110 bowlers all at once.
So if the house is big enough, why isn't the field bigger?
I don't know. 120 bowlers. Ask Tom Clark.
Yeah, get Tom Clark.
Boom. There you go. So wait, now we're worried about having a bigger house and having to fill it?
No, I don't think they're worried about having a bigger house. They have a big house.
Well, I'm just saying, now you're saying, well, they want to fill the house, but this is the only tournament they filled the house for. So now they're worried about filling the house?
No, I don't think you listened to me right. I said
no, I'm just
they
kind of
got a
throwing it out
big
there.
house, so they're getting everybody on one squad.
So then why are you only using 20 lanes when you're in a 70-lane house for a normal squad?
Oh, right. Yeah, for the other tournaments.
Yes, so now I'm bridging 2 together.
Yes, gotcha.
It
That I can't answer.
Boom.
Right.
I'm putting freaking magnets together right now.
Right.
I'm taking the south end and the north end pole and flipping them the north and south or whatever it is.
Better be honest, I blacked out. No clue what you're saying.
Anyways, let's go.
Yeah, real quick. The Shack. I'm still on the chart, right? Darren Tang is in second. Belmo is in first still, right?
Yeah, he had a 235 first game of the spot.
Yep. And no, wait. Oh, it's updated. It's changed. Sorry. Tang dropped out. He's in sixth. Ogle's in second.
My boy Ogle, dude's throwing the pellet sick.
We got a new name on the board that I have not seen before. Cortez Shank is in third.
I've told you about him before.
You have? Stop it. You have.
Yeah, we were literally on our ride out, and you're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, Cortez Shank is on our thing. He's from like Cali. He's pretty good. He's from the West Coast.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
He's
from the West Coast. He's pretty good.
Richie Teese is in fourth. Simo's in fifth. Lots of 300s this week.
That is the World Championship, correct?
On Cheetah. Yeah. What's that?
That is the World Championship, right?
No,
Scores?
No, it's just for Shark.
So we already have a show, right? We have the Cheetah show.
And Scorpion.
Cheetah and Scorpion are both locked.
They're both locked.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to have
The last one.
And then
BJ Moore led the Cheetah at plus
crazy, right?
734. I didn't even see him at the Masters.
I think he won his first title in the World Series of Bowling.
He might have. I'm surprised that I didn't see him at the Masters. His name wasn't on the list.
I don't remember that.
He doesn't bowl that much, I don't think.
Okay.
He's got a whole other business. They were saying on the live stream.
Really?
Yeah, he runs a business back home.
Good for him.
Smart guy.
Of course, you've got EJ Tackett with he was 719 over for that day. The sneaker man, Joseph Grandin,
Yeah.
was 681
Sneakers.
over.
He was leading
Sneakers,
at one point.
he was.
Yeah.
Jacob Butterf, 679 over, and AJ Johnson, 638 over. Won the roll-off
Bro, I was
against
about to
James
say.
Blomgren to take over the TV spot,
Wow.
which is impressive. So that'll be a really nice show. And I think that was the cheetah I said, correct? So, lefties are always good. I'm surprised there weren't more lefties up there, actually.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we didn't see Svensson or,
Maybe we got the lanes tilted
Simonelli.
correctly in that house. We do have the topography report, but
that's, yeah. Now let's see what we got. And then we've got, is this a Scorpion? Scorpion. Jesper made that one. Wait, so he made that one and not Cheetah? 458 over. And then you've got Simo, 484 over.
He likes to get in deep and
Oh, this is the two-hander show. I forgot about this. Simo was fourth. Santu, 594 over, was third. Or Simo was fourth. Santu was third, 594 over. And then you've got the two brothers.
So I forget.
EJ Tackett and Butterf made the show again.
I forget. Is this? It's straight up qualifying.
20 games.
Yeah,
20 games.
No match play.
No match play. He took
Straight
match play
top
out this
five.
year.
Straight up qualifying.
Yep.
Okay.
But the top 20, I believe, get paid, which was Kyle Troop and the Scorpion at 317 over.
Okay.
So that was good for a 215 average. We all know Scorpion, I average about 120 on from the tournament club. So I'm glad I wasn't bowling that one. So we have two guys who made both shows, EJ Tackett and Jake Butterf. Does that surprise you?
No.
I'm surprised
I'm
that
not surprised
Butterf
at
made
all.
both shows. I think EJ,
Butters was throwing on Cheetah.
He
was on purple.
and
I figured,
but
I was
he's
curious.
everybody. Well, I shouldn't say everybody, but
Boomer.
people around here say like, oh, he can't do anything other than purple. But
At the
he's
Masters, he was
he's
close with that troublemaker.
definitely come around on. I shouldn't say come around. He is able to
Understanding
throw
it, yeah.
whatever he wants, and
They all
threw a
do.
boatload at the Masters, and he's made obviously two
They're
TV
good at-
shows now,
yeah.
and
They're good at getting to the right ball.
yeah,
And they're good at knowing how they like to see lane. I've noticed that Butt Turf likes the big boom down lane. Because he torques it up so good, he wants that ball to get really far down lane, and then he wants it to kind of corner pretty hard. I watched him bowl the Masters a little bit on the videos because he was a different squad. But I could see like the day he knocked him dead the first day, he really got that ball to corner hard down lane for a ball that was solid or sanded too. And he was pretty far in. He was just kind of getting it down there to where the dry boards were and just booming it off of it. I was like, man, I wish I could do that right now. But he just got that weird
crazy hand,
voodoo magic,
Yeah.
double jointed crap going
Nothing
on. So
that I will ever do.
A crazy stat that I heard was there was a couple guys in the Scorpion who had over a 30% split percentage.
every third frame.
Oh my god! Ouch!
That's not fun. That's
no,
not fun.
That's it. That is a tough
sure
day,
it's hard.
Ronnie Russell was on the screen, and
and that's a
it was
long one,
funny.
right?
They were
It's 42.
they were
Oh.
talking about
Shark
it,
is long, I
and
think.
he had 4 back-to-back splits.
Sounds like something honestly.
Who
I would
was
do.
it? Oh, it was Ronnie Russell. I think it was Ronnie Russell. Correct me if I'm wrong. I saw a post. He said, both my high games this week started with a 4 count.
That's awesome.
Oh, what's his name? Russo had
Yeah.
11 3-count.
Yeah.
Oh
I saw
my
that. He
God.
3-counted, but was that on Cheetah or Scorpion?
Scorpion.
That's
Didn't
hilarious.
JR say he had the front 11 or front
JR
10 or
had
something and threw
And
it
he
in the
crossed
gutter?
over. He
JR
crossed
had a
over on
300,
one.
yeah.
Wow.
I think he threw 2 300 and he crossed over one. I can't remember exactly. I paid attention to it a little bit. It slipped my mind. But I know he threw one and I heard it was on the cross.
Wow.
Um,
Hey, man.
which is funny.
Life is tough out
But-
there. All right.
yeah.
Before we go, let's do our recap on our what is it?
Nationals preparation?
No, player. Somebody won the money that they didn't want on the 50-50.
Oh, our recap for our player of the
Yeah,
year or
player
our
of the year.
standings.
Yeah.
You did it all, huh?
I did. I updated it.
You are. So where's
So basically, on the green line is everybody's predictions, and then to the right column is where everybody's standings lie based on PBA points.
hold on? So how come everybody's different?
because it's not just the standings of the PBA standings.
Oh, and our
it's
standings of who is each person.
exactly. So
Wow, TD he's up there this year, huh?
yeah,
That's
and
pretty
then
good.
marked in red down towards the bottom, though they actually don't get to be on the list because they have fallen out of the top 25.
Rich has
Anthony.
fallen out. Rash has fallen out.
Anthony, me and you are above Kyle.
Yes.
Guaranteed, because I have 9 out of the top 25, and you guys have 8.
How's Prather doing?
25. Prather's up there. He's top
Well, he's not on my list. So.
5-ish. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're done. He's top 5. So yeah, Simo, you guys are doing well because he's in first. EJ's in second, and Belmo's in third. Those are actual standings. And then Troops in fourth. I think
How come I'm not on there?
Dom,
I
I
got
think
cash.
Dom is actually in
Wonder why.
fourth. I can't remember. I have the
I can't believe that I'm not
That's
on there.
what confused
I have
me
the
is you
real
didn't do the
standings.
actual
I have
standings.
them. So
Yeah.
Simo's in first, EJ's in second,
Whatever.
Belmo's in third. Ogle, by the way.
I think I had him my number 1 guy.
Yeah, you had him in parentheses as a joke.
Because of his
So
bass boat.
No,
Right.
his bass boat's sick. I talked to him about it at the Masters.
so Ogle's in fourth,
He
which none of us had.
He did kind of invite me on his boat, by the way. So.
By invite, you mean you invited yourself.
I was like, hey, man, when we go fishing? He was like, anytime. And I was like, don't tempt me with a good time, baby, because I do like to fish for me some fish. You know what I'm saying?
So here's a couple that none of us had. So Ogle's in fourth, Sam Cooley, fifth.
Really?
Yep. Troops in sixth. Prather's in seventh. But these guys are higher up on our list because Ogle and Cooley are in fourth and fifth. Don Barrett's in eighth. Chris Vise in ninth. Butt Turf's in 10th. Doherty's in 10th, or tied for 10th. Packy's in 12th. Stoner's in 13th. Stu in 14th. None of us have Stu.
I had Brad Miller.
So we have
way
some
up
bracket
there.
busters here.
Brad Miller is not in it anymore, is he?
He is out of the 25. Yeah, he's pretty low.
So Hoope's out, Tang's out. Okay.
I don't know why. I can't imagine why no offense to Mitch, but why you picked Hoope.
I love his game. He throws so good. He's got freaking flow like a god.
TJ's in 15th. Here's another bracket buster. Sean Levery Spar, 16th.
He's not with Hammer,
He's
right?
pulling good this year.
Motive.
Okay.
Or-
There's 2 of them.
Well, there's Anthony and there's Sean.
Exactly my point.
Sean's in 16th.
Is he the motive guy or the
He's Motive.
Okay. The Hammer guy kicked the chair at the Masters. It was awesome. That's the kind of
Marshall's in
stuff we
17th.
need.
Jesper's in 18th. Kevin Williams, 19th. One of us picked Kevin, right?
I did.
Or you did too?
No.
Oh, okay. Just
But I
Anthony.
picked Jesper.
Okay. Well, we all did, I think. Yeah. All in the same position too. Or no? No.
Me and,
Me and Austin were pretty
you
spot
had
on
him
most of it.
way up the standings.
Settle down. He'll climb back.
That's the thing.
Jake Peters is in 20th. Smallwood,
Hey, I was
21st.
close on that one.
Maldonado, 22nd. Another bracket buster here because no one knew who he was until he started the season. Thomas Kauko is in 23rd. O'Neill is in 24th, and AJ Johnson, 25th. So I think a lot of us had Johnson a bit higher, right? In the green.
You know, it's surprising that he's not higher
We
up
all
there.
picked him in the same spot, 11th.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he is a very good player. I'm surprised he's. I mean, 25th is still relatively great out of all the people who
Well,
actually
of
try.
course. I mean, come
But
on. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little surprised that he is. I will say that low. I'm
Well,
surprised.
he's still waiting
I'm
for the big
surprised
W.
Frankie's out of the top 25.
Frankie is not. Brad Miller is also out of the top 25.
Yeah.
Correct. Brad is having a not great
Kyle's
year.
going pretty good this year.
Kyle is bowling good.
How
Nobody
about
picked
coming
him.
out of because coming
He was
out
hurt.
of injury and he makes the freaking show or one of the shows, right?
Well, he's been bowling. He's
His
still
first
bowling.
tournament, he didn't
Okay,
bowl very good.
there's still a difference between I've been bowling and bowling in competition.
Yeah, but see, he jumped into competition. I'm sure he was bowling on the side. Like
Maybe.
when he went to
Yeah,
stops
he
with
put up
Brad,
Plenty of videos.
I'm sure he did. Yeah, I'm sure he was with his coaches at every stop, and they were getting him. Like, it's not like he just came back. Oh, I'm going to throw the ball today and see if I can.
Of course, you're gonna
you know,
practice.
Obviously he's doing well. So, I mean, the red. I'm really surprised Brad is that far down.
Yeah.
But the other
Also
guys, like, I
surprised
mean, even
Anderson's
Anderson.
not in there.
Yeah, Anderson has not had a good year
No.
either. I'm a little surprised. Nick Pate has not had a good year.
The rest of them not huge.
Rash is hurt.
Well, Rash, I'm
Francois,
surprised.
I'm really surprised about.
I find hurt Because Rash is throwing the ball pretty good.
Dude,
right now.
No,
okay,
he's
so
throwing
here's
it
the
pretty-
thing.
He's throwing it pretty brutal
He
right now.
so he
I watched him at the
That bad?
Masters. It looked like it. I mean,
you can say what you want, but he
Dude's
didn't look
good.
like he was in pain.
dude's good. Yeah, but he pulls off of every shot. Watch him pull off of every shot. There's because Stu even said he drilled 14 for a while.
Yeah. Well,
Because
so did
he was-
most guys.
Well, Wes Malott was at 14, but Rash was throwing 14 because he was hurt too. Rash is definitely, if you watch him bowl from maybe a few years back or whatever. I know he's a little older, but it's not football where you
He's
lose a
always
step.
kind of pulled off. I haven't looked for the difference.
He really doesn't post anything. It's literally he slides, throws it, and is right off of it.
Yeah.
Like he's not throwing it. I would assume he posted it a little bit more when he wasn't hurt, but he is not. Not saying he's not throwing it good because he still is. Obviously, I mean he Masters he's on TV, but he's just gutting it through. It seems like, you know what I mean. So it's really not. It's not Sean Rash like, I would say, because when I watched him bowl, I was like, man, he looks like he's pulling off every shot. That was my takeaway. But what am I going to tell him? Because he beat me by a boatload. So
You should have walked over. I've been watching it all week,
looks like
and
you're throwing the ball
it doesn't look like you're
crap.
throwing it that good. You know,
no, I mean,
just-
he was. It was funny because I would follow him after every so often we would follow his pair.
Yeah.
I think it was like the first cross of the day we would follow his pair, and I'd watch him finish up, and I'd be like, I would look over and I could see, he really started halfway slow, and I think maybe he was a little tentative because everyone's like, oh, his back's hurt, and then maybe it loosened up a little bit. I'm sure it still hurts because it's a lot of stress. He's not a small guy either. He's a pretty big guy. He's a little bigger than I thought he was.
Get taller, yeah.
Yeah, he's a little taller than I thought he was. So, it doesn't surprise me he's a little bit further down, probably just due to injury.
All right.
That's my opinion. Just take a look out on YouTube. Tell me if I'm right or wrong next week. Come back on the show. Are we back next week?
I don't know.
Well,
Are
is
we?
next week the TV or what?
You have to decide if we're bowling on Thursday or Wednesday.
We're not bowling Thursday this next week because they're all bowling. And
Okay.
I can't do Wednesday because I want to practice. So
Make up your gosh darn mind.
we're skipping next Thursday for our summer sweepers. We're coming back next Thursday, and we're going to have 1 through 10 available 100% sure. So
All
it
right,
might be a
maybe
lighter
one more episode, and then it's time for us to bowl.
Well, I'm running tournaments, so I'm not bowling.
Next week? Oh, yeah. Well, it's time for us to bowl.
Yeah, you guys get the fun toys.
Shut up. All right, guys. Well, it is time for us to, I don't know, not go bowling, but
I'm going to sleep.
You guys could go bowling. We got some lanes available.
that's right. But
Oil
don't
up
forget
there.
to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Sorry we didn't get to talking about nationals, but we did talk about it last week. I will tell you real quick. I think I'm leaving the Phase 2 home. I think I've
What?
decided. I know. I'm good.
What kind
I
of
have.
decision is that?
I haven't decided 100%.
I'm a little confused what
But-
your life is
I'm
coming
very
to.
confuzzled.
What the heck are you going to bring instead of that?
Trailblazer. Solid.
I don't know.
We got more to talk about. We've got 6 or 7 more
Cliffhanger.
weeks
That's
to
what
go.
that's what they all do.
But-
Cliffhanger.
But that could be happening. Maybe we'll talk about it next week. We got another practice session. We've got many more practice sessions, but it's on the table. All right. Don't
So
forget to
then we
like,
have other 5
subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel. Head over to the Facebook page, YouTube,
So you
Instagram,
still
Twitter.
clearly have, you have 6 balls. You've already kind of like said, yeah, they like these 6.
All right,
I mean,
just like we
I'm
talked about last week.
I remember last week.
Yeah, head to the Etsy shop and check out all the merch in the shop. And you can email us at downlanepod@gmail.com if you guys have any questions or would like to offer up any suggestions for show topics. All right, it is time for us to head out. So thank you to Jack Scaccia, proprietor of Town & Country Lanes. Thank you to Austin, the producer, and Anthony. Another good show tonight. Thank you. And thank you to my family, Stephanie, Zach, and Ethan.
Jam bread.
We will see you guys next time. This is Down Lane Podcast.